What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MKE MANIACI, and today we got 10 wrestling returns that must happen in 2023, man. We in the last days of 2022 and seeing so many returns to the WWE specifically. Debuts in AEW, you know, man, it's been so much craziness. 2022 definitely was the craziest year for the world of professional wrestling, man. But we gonna check out 10 wrestling returns that need to happen next year. So we ain't doing no more talking, man. Let's get it.
This is terrifying, isn't it? It's almost 2023. I remember when the turn of the millennium hit and everybody was worried about computers and Chris Jericho was doing his thing. I'm very scared. Thankfully, it does mean we get 12 months more of wrestling, and come this year, I think we are about to get some crazy comebacks. So take your ass and get it ready. Because my name is Simon for What Culture. Thank you very much for joining me as always. Please hit that subscribe button. Here's 10.
It's crazy. 2023. Like, bro, I remember 2013. Like 10 years ago, Punk was the champ. The Rock was challenging for the title. Like, it's crazy. Like, we already in 2023.
The wrestling returns that have to happen in 2023.
I remember 2003. Man, come on, like
23. Number 10, Tiffany Stratton. Now, Tiffany Stratton was absolutely a standout performer in NXT 2.0 throughout 2022. And the only reason she's not doing that at the moment is because she got injured. So when she's better, she can come back to the promotion. She can smash it. The real reason she's so impressive too is because I'm pretty sure she hasn't even been wrestling for 12 months, but she can already put out performances like she has. So she may be some kind of wrestling savant. Who the hell knows what the future holds? Her gymnast background has absolutely helped her, although as already discussed, she did get hurt when she was taking on Wendy Chu. But I just think this is somebody to watch, especially in a company like NXT 2.0. They need all the new bodies they can get. Saying that though, if we get to next year and somebody says, should we try Tiffany on the main roster? I actually think it may work, especially if she can hang and you can tell the story that she's only been doing this about 3 minutes. I'm excited about Stratton. She's got the goods.
Okay. This is an interesting one. No doubt about it. Tiffany Stratton, she's working the character like crazy. You know that I like the character. But when I see her, I see Charlotte. I'm not gonna lie, I see Charlotte. But no doubt about it, man. You know, she got the physique and everything. She could work the character. I think she can even get the crowd engaged. Main roster ready. I'm not too sure about that though, but you know, I'd say give us some more time. You know, have her develop it a little more, and maybe we might finally see Charlotte have a tag team partner for the women's tag team titles. I don't know, man. But that would be a way if they wanted to bring her up to the main roster. I couldn't be mad at that. I think Charlotte would be a great teacher for her.
We've only been doing this about 3 minutes. I'm excited about Stratton. She's got the goods. Number 9, Pat McAfee. Now, while I think that Wade Barrett is doing an excellent job on SmackDown, I am excited about the return of Pat McAfee. I mean, the only reason he went away is because he has an American football job. So when that season comes to an end and we have the Super Bowl, you got to
be back. Just in time for WrestleMania season. Super Bowl's beginning of February. You know, he can come back. Maybe he might have a match at WrestleMania. You know, Pat McAfee, man, you know, the crowd loves him. I love him. I feel like he's the guy. You know, you could put him into a rivalry with anybody. You're going to have the entire sports world's eyes on it, man. I think Pat McAfee coming back to build up to WrestleMania would be fantastic.
Back to WWE. No, I don't mind if they want to make SmackDown a 3-man commentary booth, give Wade Barrett some time off, or just treat McAfee as a pro wrestler, because I have loved everything he has done in the ring so far. His match with Baron Corbin was good. His match with Vince McMahon I enjoyed because I'm crazy, the Austin Theory stuff, everything with Adam Cole. One of my favorite superstars at the moment. He just speaks so damn passionately and he just speaks so honestly all of the time, you can't help but like him. So hopefully he is penciled back in for a few months' time. It's going to be like seeing your best friend again. Number 8, Randy Orton. I have made another video that is somewhere on this website or this YouTube channel, or it will be soon, where I'm actually a bit worried that we may never see Randy Orton return.
Yeah.
Because there's so many doom and gloom reports about his back, and it makes me scaredy-waredy. I need the Viper to return. So in order to create balance and to try and manifest this into existence, I wanted to throw his name in here. And yeah, now you know the deal. Around the summer, he was like, oh man, something doesn't feel good. And he needed fusion surgery which was the same as Shawn Michaels Part 1. If he is able to return though, we have a ready-made storyline of course with Matt Riddle. I really want to see that play out because RK Bro was absolutely fabulous and it was never meant to be. It was meant to be a one and done thing.
Yeah, RK Bro I feel like was supposed to end pretty quick, but you know, they kind of ran with it. As far as Randy Orton, Randy's return, you know, of course, due to the circumstances of his back, and I want to say, you know, he comes back, put him in the main event scene again, you know, make him that guy again, you know, because Randy is just he's the GOAT. Randy is the GOAT right now, man. Like, there's nobody on the active roster today that could say they was doing this in 2002 and still doing it like they was doing it back then today in WWE. It's just, you can't name anybody. But I do think he might be on more of a limited schedule. You know, Randy is getting older. It sucks to admit that he's getting older. But no doubt about it, I still think he can, you know, flourish in the main event scene. You know, give him a shot at Roman. Maybe, you know, I was hoping he was going to return at the Royal Rumble. That would be an incredible surprise. You know, if he can work WrestleMania, that would be even better. But the question is, will WWE even give Riddle a WrestleMania moment like that with Randy Orton? It makes sense storyline-wise. But, you know, even with Riddle's personal life, like, does Riddle deserve to have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania against the likes of Randy Orton? But I'll be all for Randy returning. I think he's the perfect guy to put over new talents, man. So, you know, let's hope Orton returns in 2023.
Okay, Bro was absolutely fabulous, and it was never meant to be. It was meant to be a one-and-done thing. So if we can just put the full stop on it, chef's kiss. I do that a lot, and I regret it every time. Let's just hope that Randy Orton is coming back soon. Number 7, Charlotte Flair. This one may actually happen before 2023, depending on what WWE's plans are. But you got to imagine
she's returning at the Royal Rumble. I mean, it's pretty obvious, and I wouldn't doubt maybe Charlotte might just win the Royal Rumble match. I don't know.
And it's almost time for the Queen to return. It's been a pretty long time. There's been a few tidbits out there as well, especially from her husband Andrade, that maybe, just maybe, she has some personal issues going on, and that's way too important. But the WWE women's roster right now is really good, and if you inserted her into SmackDown, I think I'd quite enjoy it. It also kind of ties into what we potentially could do at WrestleMania next year, where you have Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, and maybe Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. Now, originally, I wanted Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, but I've come up with this idea. You do Charlotte versus Bianca, Charlotte beats her, but then Rhea beats Charlotte and finally gets her revenge for all the times she lost all those matches a while ago. I mean, either way is fine. Just put the belt on Rhea Ripley.
You know, Charlotte returning, you know, it has been a long time. It's been a very long time since we've seen Charlotte on WWE television. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of miss Charlotte. You know, I'm a huge critic of her. You know, I feel like she can get a title match, you know, handed to her with ease, and every WrestleMania she's in a women's championship match. But, you know, I mean, she is just that damn good. You know, one of the most incredible women on the roster. And the women's roster is like, they're all incredibly athletic. Like some even more than the men. But yeah, I think Charlotte will return at the Royal Rumble. I won't really rule out maybe she could win the Royal Rumble. Imagine the heat on that leading into WrestleMania, Bianca versus Charlotte with all the heat on her. Can Bianca overcome Charlotte? It writes itself, really.
What are we talking about? She's a huge star though, and her name carries serious weight, so the sooner she does come back, the better for us all. I know, some people don't like her. Okay, you don't have to. Number 6, Logan Paul. So straight up, if I was the booker of WWE, which would be a terrible idea, I would look at WrestleMania and I would say, well, I want The Rock versus Roman Reigns. If I can pull a fantasy match out of my torso, I'll take CM Punk versus Steve Austin. But also, John Cena has expressed interest in wrestling. Why don't we put him against Logan Paul? And I know there's been some speculation that we could do John Cena versus Austin Theory, which would be fine and probably better for Austin Theory and the long-term future.
Cena versus Theory makes the most sense. I don't want John Cena versus LA Knight. I damn sure don't want John Cena versus Logan Paul. Yes, everybody will tune in, and I know it's about ratings at the end of the day, but I'm old school, man. I'm thinking storyline. I'm thinking passing of the torch. John Cena versus Austin Theory. You ain't even got to have it for the United States title. I think that should be what it is. But yes, Logan Paul versus John Cena will have the entire, not just wrestling world, but entertainment world talking. So I could understand that, man. But come on, just give me Cena versus Theory, man.
Of the company. But that is such a crazy match.
Don't get me wrong, Logan has done incredible, though. His matches with The Miz and Roman, like, bro, like, he actually proved a lot of people wrong, man. Like, this man can go, for real.
Logan Paul versus John Cena, with 2 stars who are now basically mainstream. Well, I can't hate, but I want the chaos. We also do have to underline that Logan is just terrific at this. He is a ready-made born sports entertainer. He's only had 3 matches, and the last one was that headline thing against Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia, which actually is one of my favorite matches of the year. I'm just going to hold my head in shame and walk off in this direction. But of course, as ever, you can enjoy his performances and not really care about what he's doing outside of this bubble. But Logan Paul has signed a WWE contract, so he's absolutely coming back. Let's put him against Flubbin' Cena. Number 5.
Well, I don't know if Logan will even be ready by WrestleMania. I don't know.
So he's absolutely coming back. Let's put him against Flubbin' Cena.
Maybe SummerSlam?
Cody Rhodes. So I can't wait for this one. Cody decided to go back to WWE, as it turned out was an inspired choice. And the fact he had to go away because he tore his pec but had that Hell in a Cell match before he did leave, this man is going to come back as a hero. I would even have him win the Royal Rumble and go on to beat somebody at WrestleMania, although the rumor is now that maybe The Rock is going to do that. But who?
Now, I've seen the comments, everybody, Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble, MANIACI. Why do you not think he's going to win it? It's too obvious. It is way too obvious. And think about it, man. Think about it, man. Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble will be way too predictable. Now, Bray Wyatt, and don't get me wrong, Wyatt winning the Royal Rumble would be predictable too. But Wyatt is going to be, I mean, you know, WWE's kind of, you know, I ain't going to lie, they kind of dropping the ball right now on Wyatt, in just my personal opinion, as far as his momentum. But Cody, you kind of got to ease him into the world title picture. I feel like it would kind of come across as a little forced to have him win the Royal Rumble, face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and beat Roman Reigns. Now, no disrespect to Cody Rhodes, man, but on paper, that don't even sound right to me. But, you know, maybe somehow the rumors are true and Seth becomes WWE champion in some way, and we do get another Seth Rollins versus Cody at WrestleMania. Either way, Cody Rhodes is for sure returning at the Royal Rumble. Will he win it? He might, but then again, I don't know.
Who cares? If the Great One is able to do that show, do your Roman versus The Rock thing and have Roman win. I totally understand the appeal of that. And let's pen it in for SummerSlam. Cody is the guy to dethrone the big dog. Excuse me.
I'll be okay with SummerSlam.
The tribal chief. I would still somehow insert him into the Royal Rumble as a surprise because I think the reaction he's getting is going to be crazy.
Facts.
And that is just going to make him an even bigger star than he already is. I basically love Cody Rhodes. I hope when he does get his proper run in WWE, he flies straight to the top. Number 4, John Cena. Well, obviously, I told you a few seconds ago. Because everybody who has any credibility has said that John Cena does want to come back for WrestleMania and maybe do another one of those small tours like he did during that summer. He's obviously going to be doing this less and less as his Hollywood career does blow up and he gets older. So maybe you could get 2 matches out of 2023, which I would be more than enough. He could take on Logan Paul and he can take on Austin Theory. Now, it does create a very interesting scenario because could he actually lose both of those? I would actually have him beat Logan Paul but lose to Austin Theory because you just know eventually Logan's going to do other things. The world is his oyster.
Now, for John Cena, personally, you know, John Cena is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. You know, I remember Dr. Thugonomics, you know. I feel like John Cena, I would love to see, you know, it doesn't have to be, we'll never see Cena full time again. That's pretty obvious. But, you know, into the Royal Rumble, that would be nice to see. You know, to have John Cena declare that he's in the Royal Rumble, that'll be dope. You know, have a build up to WrestleMania 39. Have a match at WrestleMania 39. That would be dope. Let's see, what's the next big pay-per-view after WrestleMania? I don't know if they got another Saudi show planned, but if they do, have them wrestle at that. Have them wrestle at SummerSlam. One at Survivor Series. I think, like, you know, like, have them in the big events. In the big events, man. I think that'll be dope. But as stated, though, you know, the bigger star that John Cena gets in Hollywood, the less time, it might even become a time where he won't have a match at all throughout a year. But I do know for a fact that he will be at WrestleMania 39, so he will have at least that in 2023.
Either way, though, having John Cena back in the company is just going to be awesome because, once again, go look what happened to numbers last time he was around. As I do like to say, they all went up. Number 3, CM Punk. Now, of course, this list is called Wrestling Returns. That could be WWE, that could be AEW, that could be New Japan, it could be Ring of Honor, it could be an indie promotion.
Yeah.
But everybody is saying that CM Punk still has that wrestling itch. So come 2023, when his tricep is healed, he could very well end up somewhere.
I think
now, this
will.
could be with World Wrestling Entertainment, as we know. I mean, hell,
It won't be WWE, but I think he'll pop up somewhere.
freeze over, and I'm not going to believe it. But also, maybe when he is good to go, he can somehow get on the same page with All Elite Wrestling. I don't want to get into it too much because these are personal matters. But
It won't be AEW and it won't be WWE.
just know, as a fan, I want to see CM Punk wrestle. Because in 2022, I thought he was great. The benefit of him going back to WWE, of course, is he can feud with anybody. All of a sudden, it becomes a big deal. Like, you could do CM Punk versus, I don't know, who's absolutely ridiculous. Dana Brooke. You do CM Punk versus Dana Brooke, and people will still be like, oh, CM Punk is back? I gotta check that out. Imagine you did do this at the Royal Rumble too. Cult of Personality hits, that's basically CM Punk's song, and he owns all the rights, which makes no sense. And he saunters down to that ring. If wrestling is all about moments, I would never get over it. Number 2,
The Rock.
The reason I do want to throw Dwayne Johnson is here is because if we do miss WrestleMania 39 and he is not able to come back to the WWE, maybe, just maybe, we miss our window. Because the man is not getting any younger. I believe he's 51 or 52 years old at the moment, or at least will be when we get to 2040. And eventually, people will just get a little bit bored of this. Mostly because we keep shouting about it. Oh my gosh, it's going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. WrestleMania passes. Get to the next WrestleMania. Oh, it's going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Get to WrestleMania. WrestleMania passes. If you do this too many times, it becomes Boy Who Cried Wolf.
I feel like, The Rock, ever since WrestleMania 29, or after WrestleMania 28, I remember the rumors of Rock versus Brock for WrestleMania 29 started circulating, and I was all on board. I'm like, man, Rock and Brock once again, like, I'll be all for it. And that didn't happen. Instead, we got 2 rematches at WrestleMania 29, Rock versus Cena, Brock versus Triple H. I was like, okay. Then there was the thought of WrestleMania 30, maybe The Rock might wrestle. The injury would be healed. Rock versus Brock, no, we didn't get that. We didn't get The Rock at all. We got Brock Lesnar ending the streak. And then, the fascination of Rock versus Brock phased out. Move on, we get the rumors of The Rock versus Triple H. Apparently, it was supposed to go down WrestleMania 32. It did not happen. Eventually we lost that. The window is closing on Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Roman is red hot right now. And if you really want WrestleMania Hollywood, I could not be mad at Roman Reigns versus The Rock. I can't be mad at Logan Paul versus John Cena. You want a Hollywood show? You want Hollywood to tune in? You got to do them matches. This is the only, if you don't do it now, when in the hell are you going to do it? Will fans even care at that point?
I also don't think that you can keep the belt round Roman's waist until WrestleMania 40. And that's why doing it in April is the best time, because Reigns can probably hold it for a few more months, but also walk around going, I just beat the biggest guy in Hollywood. Is going to send him off into the stratosphere. Personally, I would like to see it because I think just as a marquee event, it would be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And also, yes,
Promos would be out of this world.
The Rock we're talking about, he deserves one last big match. LA is probably the time to do it. Number 1, Big E. So this is me hoping, this is me praying, this is me taking positive energy and throwing it into the world. Because the last we heard from Big E was he was trying to recover from a horrible, horrible neck injury, and there was every chance he may never be able to wrestle again. Makes me a sad panda. So instead, I wanted to put him at number 1 on this list and just keep everything crossed that he's able to come back. Because not only is he a terrific wrestler, not only is he good on the microphone, not only is he really weird and funny in the best possible way, but I'm just enjoying seeing him on my TV set. I like to enjoy things. I mean, ultimately, his health is the most important thing, so he's not able to return. He still had one hell of a run. I do have a selfish reason for this. When he became WWE champion, he was not treated in the right way. However, that was under Vince McMahon. Triple H is now pulling the strings. I've just got a feeling deep down in my tum-tum, we may do it again. It's the Big E title run we've always wanted. So I am totally fantasy booking here because I just want it so damn much. And if it does happen, especially once again at the Royal Rumble, I will crumble and die as a human because Big E is flubbing fantastic. Not many other wrestling returns we need to see in 2023.
Now, Big E at the Royal Rumble probably won't happen. You know, I still think it's a little too soon. But under Triple H, I think, and hear me out, I know fantasy booking, Big E returns night after WrestleMania. The New Day reunite 6-man tag team action. They win. Big E snaps and beats the hell out of Kofi and Xavier Woods, sending them on an incredible heel run. He eventually becomes WWE champion. You know, I don't know, man. I feel like Big E could be an incredible heel WWE champion, man. But I don't know, man. 10 wrestling returns that must happen in 2023. Link down below in the description for y'all to check it out in its entirety with no interruptions. Y'all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. And thank you for watching MKE MANIACI. I'm out.